So how you doing, team? We are here in sunny Manchester, and today we are walking around the Myprotein warehouse where everything gets made, manufactured. It's going to be a super cool place to tour around, and we've got some pretty small dudes with us today. Two brothers, one's just one world's strongest man. I don't normally feel too small in environments, but these guys are absolutely shrinking me. But obviously, first of all, we've got to get some food. We've rocked up to this food truck. I think the boys have ordered, was it 20 eggs you've got? Is that here? 10 eggs each. Insane. I think I'll just go for a normal 5. Five eggs, 2 sausages. And normally that would be quite a lot, but these got 10 eggs each. Absolute monsters. I'm really looking forward to catching up with them both. I'm looking forward to touring around the factory with them. Cool just to pick the brains of the world's strongest man. Brothers have been in the sport for quite a while. They're from Scotland, so it's great to have great British guys winning these sort of events. So yeah, it's a really cool day. I'm really looking forward to it.
On my diet. Skinny boy diet, boys.
Bro, are you cutting for the summer?
Yep, cutting. Bodybuilding by the end of the summer. Mr. Olympia, man.
Got 5 eggs, 2 sausages, and then I've got my vegetables just squirted on top. Mashed down tomato ketchup. So breakfast done, and needed that, I was starving. Now we're gonna head over to the place where everything gets made, which is situated over there. Are you ready for the fresh sneaks we've got for the tour? Wow. Setting trends, mate. Setting trends.
I'll be doing your tour today. We're just going to have a little walk around, show you guys what's what. How much or how little detail depends on how much you ask. I'll go through like the basics of what we do. If you want to ask more questions, please feel free, so you can see sort of the process, you know, through the steps, and then we'll go from there.
So nice.
Hey, is that your biggest fan?
There's 1,500 people employed in this place. It's ridiculous. It's so big. Massive.
When we have stuff coming in, we've got 2 things. We call it either food or non-food. Right? So food is anything obviously you can ingest, protein, shakes, nut bars, all that kind of stuff, right? Non-food is essentially everything else, all the beauty products, ingenuity products, clothing, that kind of stuff, okay? So non-food is anything you see in red with the red racking, and food is on the other side and it's in blue. So when we have items come in, and they come in bulk, we can either bulk check them straight into the racking, because there's no expected orders against them, it's just maybe we're going to have something in a month or whatever. It's a replenishment of what we've got in the racking, that will come in, and it'll just be ingested straight into the racking. But that's it in a nutshell, really. It's obviously a lot more complicated than that, but we're not going to go into all that. When stuff comes in, it gets ingested straight in, or it goes over to decant, which we're going to have a little look at in a second. Yeah. You can store multiple different things into the totes. You just can't have anything that looks the same. So if you've got 2 products like this, but they're maybe different shades or whatever, you wouldn't put them in the same tote, because obviously when they're being put away, people will make mistakes. So you could put, for example, this and this together if you wanted to, because it's obvious that they're separate. I'll show you the automated sorter, which is reasonably interesting if you're into that sort of thing. And then we'll go over to the food picking floor, where you see all the protein stuff. When it's all processed and packed to be shipped, it comes up on these conveyors, as you can see all the way along, and it goes over to the shipping sorter, right? So it's a massive scanner over there, so there's 2 big blue squares there. Behind it, there's a volumetric scanner. It scans the shipments, it knows which carrier it's going with, Royal Mail, DPD, Hermes, whoever, right? Some of the carriers we handball on. Yeah, so we load them by hand and just fill the trailer from the back to the front, right? Or from the front to the back, which way you want to look at it. So when it scans it, it knows as it's going around at speed, it comes off at that chute. So it goes all the way around and it just knocks it off, goes down the spiral. Someone builds up a pallet or knocks it off, goes down the spiral, straight into the back of a trailer.
It's mad to see how all the different parcels like slot in everywhere. The guy was just saying, at peak, they do 500,000 orders in 24 hours. Mental. And they're expanding, so orders is basically going to double within next year, so yeah, crazy. So this section is where all the protein's made, all the protein bars. It's just mad. It smells amazing as well. So what I can gather is it's kind of put together over there, then it's brought to these big tanks that are mixing tanks. It's blended through there, and then it works its way down, and you can see it's being packed down there. So it's pretty cool to see it from start all the way to finish. Yeah, it's just a mad organisation. It's huge. YouTube, I've got a question for you. What do you reckon, if you worked here for say 5 years, how hench would you get because you're absorbing so much protein constantly? You can just smell like there's protein in the air. I think it's going to make a pretty big hench human being, I'd say. Pretty much like this guy. He just worked here for 5 years. That's why he's so hench.
What's that one? What size is that one? You could get down on one knee like that.
The guy was just saying they shift 68 ton of protein each day. 68 ton a day. So this is vitamin D. This is one of the supplements I take. It's one of my kind of 7 supplements I take daily. So vitamin D. It's crazy how it starts. Some little pills dropping into the little containers. Get stamped with a lid. Comes through. This little machine I could watch all day. Just wraps the label around it, and then Bob's your uncle. I think they said they do 15,000 of these an hour. It makes, I think, so crazy.
I've not seen this one yet, but it looks like it's going to be out soon. Protein yogurt flavour. It'll dose 2.5 kilo in a bag.
We'll adjust these pins to get the correct weight of what we need for these capsules.
So it's 4 minutes. So what we do is we weigh them beforehand to see what the weights are. Then we'll put them in here. And then we'll weigh them afterwards to see what the difference is. And then you get a percentage of what they still should be after, obviously, this is mimicking, if they're doing it in a van, getting transported. And then this, so that's with tablets, this one's a capsule, so you can put your capsules in here. I'll just show you. That'll just up and down with your capsules in, and you'll see it disintegrating. So again, we do this testing every single day for every single job that we do as well. So you'll have a time, so within 30 minutes, if that's not done, we need to go back and we need to adjust some settings and have a little look at it. But usually it's done within 15 minutes.
So move along.
Apparently this is one of the hardest lines to be on because there's not that much machines that do it for you. So he said she'll be here for 1,500 tubs, just keep doing the same thing until she's done 1,500. So this section is the raw department, so all the raw ingredients. So say you've got a protein shake, all the ingredients that are involved in that shake you'll find individually here, and then they're put together and processed in another section. So all the raw materials comes in, it gets put together in a different section, and then put together to make whatever the product is. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see all the different like chopped chips. They've got all different ingredients everywhere. And it just goes all the way up. And some of the ingredients, they say they take about 72 ton a day of certain ingredients that goes into protein powder and stuff. So yeah, it's such a big organization. It's so good to see how it all comes together. So seeing it from literally the 5 ingredients, that are individual ingredients come into this section, and then see that whole process to when it's actually made into a tub of protein. Yeah, it's a pretty cool experience to be able to come around a place like this.
Yes, you're right.
So I've got my injections, dinner.
A jump. Get yourself involved in that, mate. Come up one time. Coldest I've done it was minus 15 outside, and the water temperature.
5? 4?
No, it was like below 0. We've got a thermometer, so it was 0.2, I think it was going in at, but it was like about that much of ice. You go in that water, and you can control. So someone said to me, you can control your breathing in that type of environment, and you can control anything, right? So you're in that cold water, like, initially, but then you're like managing to control it really quickly, and your heart rate comes down very fast as well. So it goes into shutdown mode. So yeah, the mental health benefits really are massive, and I'd highly recommend it.
Yeah.
I'd highly recommend it.
Some
Sushi.
salmon.
I got a spicy tuna roll.
Oh no.
Why?
What is it?
Some mint.
I don't trust it.
It's good for you. A tumbler.
I'm here with,
The world's strongest man, 2021.
and today we're going to take on 5 challenges. Now these challenges are probably the hardest challenges that I've faced in my career.
So same as mine are going to be very, very taxing on the body. So
We've had to warm up extensively for this. We've had to warm up for maybe 30 minutes. I've actually practiced some of the events because they are pretty unusual, but they're so challenging, so taxing. It's not something I want to dive straight into. So yeah, it's going to be the biggest clash of the year, and I'm super excited.
you're the best man win.
One, 2, 3, 4, I declare film walk.
Oh, jeez.
That's so fast.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4 with the wall! Come on! The speedy, nimble one.
Now I've got my breath back, we're on to event number 2. This again is a very, very grueling challenge. So guys, be prepared and witness something special about to happen. 1, 2, 3, go.
Boom! My game!
1, 2, 3.
2-0. Don't have me. So, challenge number 3. The first 2 challenges have been very strength based, very much muscle endurance based. This is going to be all skill. You ready?
I've got a lot of skills, so here we go.
One back.
You got it.
So guys, event number 4 is plank for max time at equal body weight. I weigh 180 kilograms, Jack, you weigh
100.
Oh, this is going to be exciting.
No, you're heavy bastard. Jesus.
Jeez. Hold Jack, hold that. Come on, easy.
Yes. Oh, God, that was heavy.
That's
how it feels to be Tom Stoltman.
I don't want to weigh 180 kilos again.
Feel nice.
That's too much. What an epic day today has been, meeting these absolute animals, walking around the Myprotein factory, which was so impressive, wasn't it? It was insane to see how big the operation is, and seeing products from the very basic ingredients and then seeing the finished product was pretty insane. So yeah, it's great to pick the brains of these boys. Such a cool sport. It's great watching them over the years. So yeah, big inspiration for me. So it's great meeting you lads.
Pleasure.
Hope you like the video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.